We're just having a casual night here. There was a lot of discussion earlier about guys passing pesticide tests, so congratulations on that. So we decided to,
And shout out to Aldo for his test in school.
yeah, congratulations. So we're just gonna do. I'm gonna read off some questions, and we're just gonna come up with the answer. We've been playing around with this. We've already gotten 8 questions in. There's like 70 questions, but we're not gonna go that far. We'll do this until it gets boring, I guess. But Mike, you ready?
Brady's all ever be.
The names 7,5-G on a pesticide label indicates A, a granular pesticide with 5% inert ingredients, B, a granular pesticide with 5% active ingredients, C, a gel pesticide with 5% inert ingredients, or D, none of the above.
You said 75G?
7, as in SEVIN.
Oh, group 7.
The names 7,5-G on a pesticide label indicates
Insecticide.
a granular pesticide with 5% inert ingredients, a granular pesticide with 5% active ingredients, a gel pesticide with 5% inert ingredients, none of the above.
I'm going to go none of the above because I know Carbaryl and Old School 7 does is nowhere near that.
The correct answer is a granular pesticide with 5% active ingredients.
Well, I've never ran it as a granular.
Yeah, I wouldn't think you would have. Which statement about pesticide label names and ingredients is true? The active ingredients and the inert ingredients must be listed by chemical name. Various manufacturers use different trade names even though the product contains the same active ingredient. The common names are those accepted officially by the manufacturer. Last, none of the above.
Say that one more time.
Yep. Which statement about pesticide label names and ingredients is true? 1. The active ingredients and the inert ingredients must be listed by chemical name. 2. Various manufacturers use different trade names even though the products contain the same active ingredient. 3. The common names are those accepted officially by the manufacturer. Or D, none of the above.
I'm going to go B.
I'm going to go B too. And we are correct. It is
Hot
B.
damn. We are 1 out of 1.
We-
No, well, before we went live, we're what? 2 out of like 9. But we're challenging the decision on that one.
And we're just warming up. I mean, we didn't study. This is just right off the rip. It's fine. Under what soil conditions are pesticides more likely to leach through the soil? A heavy clay soil, low in organic matter, where groundwater is shallow. 2, a sandy soil, high in organic matter, where groundwater is deep. 3, a sandy soil, low in organic matter, where groundwater is shallow.
I got to stick with what I know. And I got to go clay base, low pH.
So, a heavy clay soil, low organic matter, where groundwater is shallow, or a sandy soil, high in organic matter, where groundwater is deep.
I'm going straight, whatever the one that said clay.
Whoever says clay wins. Okay. All right. Correct answer, a sandy soil, low in organic matter, where the groundwater is shallow. So I think it was just a misunderstanding of the question. Under what soil conditions are pesticides more likely to leach through the soil? More likely.
Oh, more. Well, either
Yeah,
way,
yeah,
still
yeah.
like
I read it. I read it right, but both of our brains said, how is it not going to? Uh, the directions for use on a pesticide label indicate the various crops or areas on which the pesticide may be legally used, the disposal of pesticide waste, the environmental, physical, and chemical hazards.
So it's 1 or 2.
The directions for use on a pesticide label indicates the various crops or areas on which the pesticide may be legally used, the disposal of pesticide waste, the
Yes.
environmental, physical, and chemical hazards.
Yes.
And it'll be all three. Are we going one on this?
Why not?
Send it. Correct. We got it.
Hot damn. We're 3 for 12.
Yep.
We're a 1/4%.
We're actually, no, we're for 12.
Oh, we're 6 for 12. Okay. We're 50%.
Yep.
Well, I look at it like this. Anything over 70% is extra credit.
Totally agree. The active ingredients in Lorsban 75WG is listed as chloropyrophos 00-dithiol. Oh God, I'm skipping this one.
I must say, I've never heard of that chemical.
I've never encountered this one either. What does the term chlorophyrophos represent? The brand name, the chemical name, the common name, or none of the above?
I'm going to go chemical.
I'm going to go chemical too. Nope, the common name. Never used it, not once. Never encountered it. No idea.
Dude, what's the fucking active AI on that one?
No idea. Hey everyone. Yeah, I hope. Thanks for joining. We're doing a little Jeopardy here.
Hey, Dan the Lone Man. My wife don't say that.
The capacity of a pesticide to cause short-term, acute, or long-term chronic injury is referred to as its 1. Toxicity, 2. Exposure, 3. Hazard, 4. All of the above.
4.
4. All of the above?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Toxicity only. And
You
a robot. You turned into a robot. Now you're back. You're back. You're back.
How did I drop fucking connection?
I don't know. No idea.
I'm running 9 out of 10. And I'm at the same goddamn spot I always am.
The government knows that
Charlie.
we're reading. The government knows that we're reading pesticide test questions, and they don't want answers.
Oh, my FBI agent sitting here buffering me. I see what it is.
Yeah. I'm sure you have drones flying around at this very moment.
Yeah, they're bats. So when I
Yeah.
throw the tennis ball up, like I smack it on the concrete when it bounces up, I see them all come out.
All right. Which is recommended best management? Which is a recommended best management practice for preventing contamination of surface and groundwater by pesticides? Use pesticides that are highly water soluble. 2. Use terrace and conversion tillage practices. 3. Clean sprayers near sinkholes.
Definitely not C because we're not Jimmy Lewis.
You don't just like pour it right down the.
You don't storm drain it. Where's the gifts when we need them, where we can just sit there and like throw them up there?
Which is recommended best management practice for preventing contamination of surface and groundwater by pesticides? Use pesticides that are highly water soluble. Use terrace and conservation tillage practices. Clean sprayers near sinkholes.
Well, the second one confuses me. What are they talking about with the tillage?
Which is recommended best management for practice for preventing contamination of surface and groundwater by pesticides? So, I don't know.
I think it's going to be either A or B. It's definitely not C. But
I'll
I
make
want to know what they mean by like tillage.
Me too. Yeah. You want me to? I'm gonna hit. I'm gonna hit A. Chat. What do we hit? Do we hit A? What do we? Answer's A or B?
We're going
Cool.
B because BB.
Okay, B. It is B. I
Then specify what the hell tillage is.
know. It's stupid. A. Dustin said A.
Dustin, you're wrong.
Dustin, you'll get this next one. Which statement is true about PPE as required by the label?
Socks and Crocs. That's it.
You should not wear more PPE than the label requires. Sometimes a label has different PPE requirements for pesticide handlers and early entry workers. C, you are not required to wear all the PPE listed on the label. Or D, none of the above.
D, none of the above.
I am gonna go. I'm gonna reverse this on you. I'm gonna go. Sometimes the label has different PPE requirements for pesticide handlers and early entry workers. Which statement is true about PPE as required?
Well, if you're not rocking Crocs and flops, you're doing it wrong.
Dustin, I'm going with you on B here. Okay, now we're correct. It was B.
Hey, yeah, I'm just full of shit right now.
No, it's right. I swear to God.
No,
Yeah.
I know I'm full of shit.
Oh.
No, me sitting here saying just full send and fucking Crocs and flops. You know, like I mow my grass, flip flops all the time.
Oh, yeah.
If you ain't wearing Crocs or flops, you're doing it wrong.
It's true. That's the next question.
Well, I'm already getting that one wrong.
Which Crocs or flops? No, I'm just. Which statement about transporting pesticides is true? Carry hazardous pesticides in the passenger compartment of a vehicle to prevent unauthorized access. Enclosed cargo boxes offer the greatest protection, but are not always practical. Operators of vehicles that transport hazardous materials are not required to have any special training, only a commercial driver's license.
That there's false.
Of course. So, which statement about transporting pesticides is true? Carry it, keep it in the cab right next to you. Keep that bag of Dialox tucked under your
Well, I mean,
enclosed cargo boxes offer greatest protection, but are not always practical.
well, also there again, enclosed. I mean, enclosed could be, you have enclosement to like you have your front two seats, you have it walled off, but you have an extra cab in the back of your truck, like I have,
Mm-hmm.
where I can go through cab or truck bed. I can reach through and grab whatever I want.
Right.
But I also have a truck cover at times.
Sure. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm gonna
So
go. I'm gonna go B on this one. Are you
yeah,
gonna go A?
I gotta go B.
Stick with your guns. You're
No,
going
because I mean that's a wishy washy answer in the way you set your truck up or the way you set your spray rig up. Like however you set your stuff up. That's
Sure.
super wishy washy the way you do it.
It is. You're right. All right, let's try B. B is the correct answer. Enclosed cargo boxes offer the greatest protection, but are not always practical.
Because I mean you could have a pack out box with a lock on.
Yeah.
Somebody can break that plastic and take it.
Sure. Oh, definitely. Definitely. All right.
But
Just a couple more of these, and we'll leave it alone. But
we're going too deep in this already.
I like it. Which is a disadvantage of both EC and ULV formulations? Solvents may cause rubber or plastic hoses, gaskets, and pumps, parts, and surfaces to deteriorate, contribute to abrasive wear of nozzles and pumps, require consistent agitation to keep in suspension, or none of the above.
I know it's all three. I disagree. It's all three.
Which is a disadvantage? Which is a disadvantage? Both EC and ULV formulations. I think you're right. I would agree. I actually kind of tend to agree with you, Mike, because
It's all fucking three. Because you got to do maintenance on your fucking sprayers.
yeah,
You got to rinse them. You got to wash them.
yeah. Let's go A. That's the worst one.
No, let's go C.
No, it was A.
Oh, it was?
Solvents may cause rubber or plastic hoses, gaskets, and pump parts and surfaces to deteriorate. All right, that's
The
enough.
only reason I
schools.
wanted to go see was because the agitation. I wanted to see what that they would say on that one.
Oh yeah, I know. It requires constant agitation to keep in suspension.
How many do we know that requires constant suspension?
What's that?
I said, how many chemicals do we know that requires constant suspension?
How many? Off the top of
Yeah, I
my,
lost count. I lost count after 55.
yeah, yeah. No, it's quite a lot.
Here, let's go to the average DIY guy. Per diamond needs constant agitation.
There he is.
Here he is.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to jump on the
Sure.
the other web browser.
Oh, okay.
That's
All
fine.
right, I'll be right back.
We'll be here.
Anyway, good times.
Since
The different interpretations of the wording too is kind of interesting.
it really is. I mean, like the fire department questions I take all the time. It's all about the like verbiage of how they answer the question or ask the question.
Mhm.
And I sit there and go, okay, well, this is the answer because the way that I'm interpreting it this way is this is the answer. They're like, no, you're wrong because the test says this. I'm like,
Mhm.
well, you're wrong because I've been doing this for 25 years. I've seen it for this, and this is how you say it down here in the South.
Mhm. Oh yeah, I agree with you. The way things are termed is definitely.
Yeah, and it's pretty much it's a pass fail off like 3 questions of the way they have it, like the verbiage of it,
Mhm.
and those are the major pass fails. And they don't go over that in the classrooms. They don't teach that. Like
Mhm.
your instructor can come in, your instructor is going to be doing what you and me do day in day out,
Mhm.
or they're going to be the one that's been the guy that we've called for what 30 years,
Mhm.
and go, oh yeah, just do this.
Right.
Then you go in, you got to hit research, or you forget, and you're too fucking busy. And you're like, oh fuck, I got to retake the class.
Mhm.
Been there, done that. My 7A's for my termicides for interior structural repair for termites.
Oh, okay.
My 7A's.
Mhm.
I forgot I needed like 2 more hours, and I thought,
Mhm.
oops.
Yeah.
Don't do that often, but I mean,
Yeah.
do that because well,
Mhm.
that's one of the other things I do.
Mhm.
Don't promote it, don't push it, don't advertise. But
Yeah.
went and done that. Took the class, and it was all about the verbiage.
Yeah. That's stupid.
And I argued the guy up and down. I was like,
Sure.
look, this is the chemical, this is this, this is that, this is that. And I like, pointed, made a fucking PowerPoint, said, look here, motherfucker. I'm
Mhm.
right, you're wrong. Your
Mhm.
test is like sitting here trying to make me fail.
Mhm. Yeah.
He
My
stopped. He
my
stopped
daughter.
the class, pulled me outside, and was like, "You're right, but you're wrong.
Yeah.
But yes, you are right."
Mhm. I noticed that my daughter is studying for her driver's exam. So anybody in Western Massachusetts that's watching this now, just stop driving. Don't drive anymore. Just take
Hey,
up a helicopter. But um,
I'm going to tell you a new one. 10 and 2 is no longer a thing.
I know you gotta hold it
It's
like this.
9 and 3. No, it's 9
Yeah,
and 3. It's 9 and 3. It's
it's
like this.
9.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
it's
it's
got
no longer 10 and 2.
gotta
It's
be
9 and
here.
3.
See, for it, and then I would learn it was this, and then they switched it to this, and now it's this.
Yeah. So under here, like these two right here, like what is that? Like
Yeah,
7 and 5.
yeah,
So now it used to be for me 10 and 2.
right. Me too.
Now it's 10 and 2. Or yeah. No,
Uh,
9 and 3 right here.
9 and 3.
Yeah.
Dan, did
You
you
know,
know that?
I drive 1 and 1.
1 and 1.
One hand on the wheel, one hand going like this.
You got them lot lizards down there? Thick and plenty?
Oh man. Well, good evening, fellas.
Hey, Dan, how are you?
Doing good. Surprised
You good?
got an invite. I can join for a little bit. Won't be on too long, but
Yeah, we don't.
Well, I
we're
mean,
not
I heard a
having
couple of weeks ago on the ebooks. I mean, I only felt right to invite you back.
I missed what you said. I couldn't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you now.
I said after the whole ebook fiasco, it only felt right to invite Dan back.
Oh.
Hmm.
Dan, I hear you got applicators out there trying to time applications before the rain.
oh yeah, they're timing it perfect. Like as soon as that one drop comes, as soon as they feel that one drop, it's time to go spray, guys. Let's go spray. The rain is coming.
Yeah, best time to get
That was
that liquid application down to control the broadleaf weeds.
oh yeah.
Well, don't worry,
Definitely.
they're stacking it with AMLs,
Oh,
so it's all good in the hood.
it's the big thing we used to say in corporate lawn care. We would joke when we were put out in to do an application, like prickly in the rain is it's fine. It's got surfactant in it. You're good. Don't worry about it. As we're watching the heavens above just pour out onto the ground, and you're watching like an inch and a half come down in about like 20 minutes. Like yeah, we got that spurge. That spurge dead. Yeah.
I got one for you, Brent. It was not supposed to rain the entire fucking day. Sunny as all get out up until I think like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And this isn't even like our wet season. This is like the middle of August, September when it's supposed to be like dry shit. I have 3 passes left on a 8,000 square foot yard.
Mm.
The bottom fucking falls out.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it, I'm sending it. I don't care. I'm already fucking soaking wet. Fuck it.
Well, I literally have a video on my channel where that actually happened to me. I mean, you can watch it. It's I think it's in the day in the life of a technician or top secret or I forget. It's one of them, but
Well, when we get those 500 subscribers, you get to see that daily.
I had 4 to 5 passes left on a 30,000 square foot property, and all day it was like, no, there's no chance of rain. Like maybe a cloud or two. History of no rain in the area. I just put out a blanket spray for a lawn full of crabgrass with Q4, Q4 plus, and we all know that Q4 plus is not the cheapest herbicide in the world.
That's
No.
what I was about to say.
No. Good God.
And so a heavy rainstorm continues, just shows up out of nowhere, and I'm immediately drenched, and I run. I'm like, I'm here. I've been rescheduling this application, finished it out, and then I just watched it rain, and I cried.
No,
Yeah.
that's one of those fuck you yards. It's like, I like the money, I give you the fuck you price, but apparently Mother Nature's going to be like, fuck you, you're never going to do this. I got one like that. Aeration overseeding 2 years ago on 9.5 acres. It's not supposed to rain for the next 7 days. There's not a cloud in the sky. It's supposed to be perfect aeration overseeding.
Sure.
I get maybe, well, I got my uncle and I got another guy running the aerator, and I'm starting to throw the seed. And my brother just showed up from getting off the fire department, and he's starting to sling fertilizer to start a fire.
Mm-hmm.
He just dumped the first bag of fertilizer.
Really?
The bottom falls out.
Oh no.
Yeah. So they're already an acre and a half deep. Every one of them goes back to their truck, pulls the fucking rain jacket out, and goes, fuck it, let's do it. I'm sitting here in fucking shorts, Crocs, and a t-shirt. I was like, fuck y'all. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go shirtless. I
Yeah.
went shirtless and finished that.
Did you?
Took pictures the
I
next,
mean,
like
Yeah.
6 to 8 weeks later. It was the best aeration season we ever done.
Really? Yeah. Hey, at least you
it,
know it got watered
it
in.
happens, right? It happens. You're in the middle of a job,
Yeah.
and the weather apps are not accurate. They're not perfect,
Right.
and fuck it, you do it. But you don't start it.
Oh no,
You don't,
no,
no,
you
no,
don't
yeah, you
start in the
don't.
middle
No,
of the rain.
no, you don't go like you look at the radar and it's like, oh, okay, about 5 minutes from now it says 100% chance of rain. So let's just get this done real quick.
Yeah, let's just so I can show on the camera that I was here, so I can collect my money type of spray.
No, I sit there and like live stream on, like I got the 12-inch dash cam, or
Mhm.
well, the 12-inch like in screen dash for my
Mhm.
truck.
Yeah.
I can sit there. I can run GPS. I can run Pandora. I can run maps, and I can run weather all at the same time. And I
Mhm.
can get real stream, real live data running my phone, connected to that with my data on my phone and hotspot and all that shit and
Sure.
Wi-Fi.
Mhm.
So I'm constantly monitoring weather patterns.
Oh yeah.
If I sit there and I know I got to go mow this yard, I'm like, okay, well we're about to have a thunderbird pop up.
Mhm.
Well, there's nowhere else I can go. It's closed, so I'm just gonna pull up here. I'm gonna wait it out 5-10 minutes.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna wait, and then if
Mhm.
I actually do have to do any spraying after I mow, I mean, shit,
Mhm.
the water's already made the grass, the hydroponic factor, or hydro, the hydroprolific
Mhm.
tendencies of grass open up, and they're in the photosynthesis or the water absorption, whatever you want to call that. I'll ask Mr. Shaddix what he says that technical term is. But after I mow, I can do that, and then I can run out and I can actually do either spot treatment or a broadcast application.
Mhm. Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. Ray's here. Hi, Ray. Ray knows when it's likely to rain beyond the radar. Um,
So
I
Well, I do
you got
too. I
historical
do too,
data.
Ray.
You got apps that will give you a nice warning that will tell you rain is coming. If you see that, you don't go outside and fuck it. I'm gonna spray this yard, and 0.25 inches come in like a monsoon
oh
in
yeah,
like 15 minutes.
right.
And what did you
Well,
do?
no, you're talking a quarter inch in 15 minutes. I've had up to 1.12 inch in, I know, 15 minutes.
Yeah, I would imagine that's a perfect. The example is a fucking raindrop fell on your head. What the fuck are you doing spraying the yard anyways?
Right?
Yeah, you're just out there to collect a check at that point, and just the guy comes. I mean, so he's new,
Oh okay.
right? He's a new applicator for that yard because he previously had True Green for like the last 2 years, and
Oh
the yard's gone nowhere. And I guess he
So,
had enough
Ray,
of
do you
True
want to jump
Green
in?
and went with him.
so what? So the neighbor had True Grain, and now they've hired this gentleman. He works out of his SUV, and as
Hmm.
Should we assume this gentleman is a Sir Chucklefuck?
I mean, if the Crocs fit, I don't. But um, yeah, I don't know. So anyway, that was interesting that you brought it up. I thought it was funny. It reminded me of the good old days.
I
You have
mean,
$2,000 worth of production that needs to get done, and you're out there with your hose reel and your push spreader, and you call the main office, and you're like, I think it's gonna about to lightning and thunder here, and it's looking really dangerous. They're like, it doesn't look like it's gonna hit for another half hour. And you're like, "Oh, that's true."
Oh
The
gosh.
the office bitch is sitting there playing on MySpace, going, I don't think it is. Just go ahead and send it.
Well, to end the rants with that guy, because you guys already saw the video. If you already saw it, I'm gonna fuck him over. So I ordered already these nice yard flags that I've never had before. So I've ordered them now. I'm gonna stick that in my yard because his is right across the street. Like,
Oh, okay.
like literally, like right across the street, 2 feet to the left. There's his yard sign, stuck to the soil. I don't know what his company's name is. His company's name was phone number. So I'm gonna stick that in my front yard.
Uh-huh.
So if people pass by, they'll be like, you know, so I have to do a double take. I like this one better. I'll call this guy.
There you go.
Get a volunteer neighbor.
Yeah.
Like across the street, stick one in there too. Like, dude,
Oh,
I will
I
give you
have.
beer. I need a FAFO.
No, I have right next door. He finally hired me to take care of his lawn. It's already looking better than
Perfect.
Oh,
this
good.
one.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah, after about 2 years of pesting him to let me take care of it,
Yeah.
he finally decided come start in January. I was like, well, I'm not starting in January because I'm on vacation, but I'll start in February.
Yeah.
If I don't start in January, I don't get done in time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got your pre-emergence out already.
Yeah, 17 pallets got dropped 3 days ago.
And you're onto FERT round 1.
Yeah, it's pretty much like
We're about to start next week. There has been some of the bigger companies have been out already, getting their applications on, and I've seen some flags and stuff in the area. I passed by one of my old colleagues today, and I was like, "Oh, God bless you."
I've seen a few out there mowing it 29 degrees with frost on too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Won't mention that page or who that was, but yeah, I seen that. You're gonna see damage.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's interesting, but we're supposed to actually get a wintry mix tonight, so it's going to be down in I think 24 or 25 degrees tonight, and we do have some rain and some wintry mix coming in tonight. So
Yeah, our low tonight's supposed to be, I think, 49 to 51.
Dan, what's your low tonight?
76.
Yeah.
Hang on, Ray. If you're listening, what's your low for tonight? Minus the rain.
76 with a 100% chance of rain.
100% chance of rain.
I said minus the rain.
So what's gonna suck is tomorrow because it rained almost all late afternoon. It just finished raining. That's how I came into the shed right now, and it's going to continue to rain. So that means tomorrow, if it doesn't rain, all that heat and humidity and evaporation is going to come off that floor.
Oh
It's
yeah.
going to feel like 100 easily
Oh yeah. Yeah.
all day.
Yeah, that's a terrible feeling.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
but it's good. This is actually the best rain that we've had in the last 3 months.
You've been that dry for that long, haven't you?
Yeah.
That's
Very, very dry.
I mean, my brief stay down in that area, it was upper 80s, 90s, and there was no rain. It didn't rain once while I was there. I was there a week, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, that's just an indication for me to start getting my shit together because the rainy season is upon me, and once it starts, it does not stop.
Yeah.
So
What is the what are the blackout dates? Do they change or no?
no, it's coming up also in May.
Hmm.
So I have all of April to get all the last fertilizers in,
Yeah.
and all the way up to pretty much the end of August, the end of September.
Really? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
between the last week of September, first week of October, that's it. We could go back to regular fertilization, but
No kidding. Wow.
yeah, almost almost half the year, no fertilizer.
Wow.
Which, are we discussing that topic?
Oh, you can. Yeah. Sure.
So, the post that Busy sent earlier, a Florida man decided to drop like 2 pounds of nitrogen in his lawn because he's going on vacation.
My question is, where's the fucking PGR?
Well, yeah. That I mean, for me, that's what I would be putting down instead of some. I would put down something that stops it from growing than something that encourages it to grow. Is
No, no, I'm gonna run a straight AMS with a PGR, and I'm gonna run a Paclo, a T-Nex, and Cutlass, or maybe Primo or something, something of a combination of the two
Mhm.
with an
Yeah.
AMS,
Sure, that makes sense to me.
and maybe with some iron, maybe
Mhm.
feature, maybe chelated, maybe
Why not? Yeah.
Mhm.
whatever
Yeah,
it may be.
So
yeah,
so
but
what?
definitely not 2 pounds of nitrogen because I'm going on vacation. I mean, if he's chasing a color response,
Yeah.
PGR does that. That's fine.
Mhm.
Even if he's going to use it as a standalone, it's going to give him that density. It's going to give him that color.
Yeah.
Throw in some AMS on it. That's good. You're set. But not 2 pounds of granular fertilizer because you're chasing. He can't be chasing growth at that point. If he knows he's going on vacation, he's chasing color. There's no way he's chasing growth.
Yeah.
But I did not understand that post.
I find that
And
pretty.
then he has the audacity to put the statue of oh my god.
Oh,
From let me quote this from 2007 without the
Yeah.
fucking updated revised fucking form.
In 2007, it said homeowners were allowed to put up to 2 pounds of nitrogen in their lawn, and it's fine.
That was
But
also
there's
with
an
the
updated
water
version.
restriction was. That was the water ban. That was when, like, over here with me with 7 Lakes, like, we were 17 feet below fucking goddamn average.
Yeah. But there is a highly updated version of that specifically says homeowners should only put down no more than 1 pound of N for a total of 4 to 5 pounds of nitrogen for the year. He's already dropped 2.
yeah. Yeah. He's just trying to get ahead of the game, That's
Well, when it hits swamp ass weather and he leaves Florida to go back up to, like, bumfuck New York or some shit, he's gonna drop another 2 pounds and be like, fuck it, I'll do it when I get back. I don't know what a
And here
PGR is, and I don't care.
here's a little education. He dropped that granular without looking at the weather, and guess what we have? A lot of rain
a
coming
lot of
in
rain.
now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's getting watered in. Yeah.
So it's getting watered in and getting leaked out into that lake
It
that he
is.
has in front of
Yeah.
his in front of his picture, sipping that nice espresso coffee that he was there.
Wasn't he near like a body of water too?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the whole reason I had me and Dan on the phone with you before this.
Yeah.
he he's uh I don't know what to say, more fellas. A body of water in front of him, all this rain coming in, those grinders for sure went down there because he has a slope. He also has like a
Oh, yeah.
little incline,
Yep.
Britt, can you see the comments right now?
I can.
and then he.
And it's fine. It's okay.
Derek, we love you. Please keep them coming.
I would highlight them, but I'm sure my channel would get banned.
No, the one he just now posted. That won't.
No, that's perfect. That's good.
Yeah, that one. That is perfect. I like that one.
Yeah.
Super has that
Yeah, so
Pro Vista, so that is an extremely slow growing grass, no matter what you do to it.
I'm
You
anxious to
throw
see.
down 2 pounds of N and it won't grow.
Also, Super TA, aren't you somewhere?
New Jersey.
No, if I remember right, Super TA is Tepper, and aren't you like southern, like Texas?
Well, he has Kentucky bluegrass.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, he could have it there.
No, if
Oh.
Super
But
TA. No, if Super TA is who I think it is, I think he's in Texas, or he's in like southern climate.
I'll tell you what. We did a seed job. It was a perfect spot for Kentucky bluegrass. I decided to use a pretty decent premium blend on it, and the customer said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna water it. We're gonna water it. We're gonna water it." And see, New Jersey, I win. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Super J, for checking in. So talking about bluegrasses, the first week, first 7 days, she watered it in the morning for like 20 minutes, and before around dinner time, she watered it for 20 minutes for a week, and that was nowhere close to how you're supposed to do it. There's not clearly enough irrigation going down on that. So, it was so frustrating. So talk about slow growth. Oh my God. So I had one of my guys go back, reseed it, and we did it the right way and informed her that this needs really consistent irrigation far beyond what you're doing there. So yeah, it can be frustrating. What's the classic saying about Kentucky bluegrass? It's sprout and pout.
I think so.
Yeah, it's and I mean we're obviously up here. This is a place where there is a ton of Kentucky bluegrass. I mean, this is cool season central here. So
mhm.
um, with the recent weather changes, I mean, especially in my immediate area, there's been a big shift towards tall fescue, and I'm all for it. I mean, I really am. I think it's just what needs to be applied in my immediate area for sure. Uh,
You don't want that RPR?
oh no, 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 I don't. No, I'm aware of some people that have used it and they've expressed some frustrations.
I have to.
Yeah.
Hey, so all of y'all listening, turf paint is a thing, and that's not a fake natty.
Ray says in the chat, seen some fools kill Todd by watering in the morning and then after 6 p.m. Yep, this was pretty similar scenario there. Sod is supposed to get water every 4 hours. Yeah, totally,
Yep.
totally agree. Obvious, yeah. Ray, spot on. You got to keep up on the irrigation. You can't let it dry out. And we did have, I think this was done mid-August too, and so we're still experiencing some pretty hot weather and some dry conditions.
What was that last year?
Yeah, last year. So
Well, did you see? No, you didn't because you didn't go there.
No.
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
No, GIE. Equip Expo, whatever the fuck it was called now.
Hmm.
Kentucky Bluegrass, ABG. Everything's burnt to a fucking ship.
Yeah.
Every goddamn thing's burnt.
Hmm. Yeah. It's the. I mean, it doesn't have that really good deep root system. It's pretty. I mean, it's obviously it's not a shallow bent grass, but it's not.
It's not bent. It's not RPR.
Yeah. Oh, and it is, and so
And it's
I don't
not
know.
Poetrev either.
Right. Yeah. I mean, right. Yeah. Right.
So,
Right.
so Red,
Yeah.
when did you bring in the bulldozer?
So I think it'd be obvious to say that's better left done in the fall.
Oh, for seeding Kentucky bluegrass.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it is. It could be tricky here. So what do we consider fall? September is probably better. But there's sometimes with bluegrass you really want it to start to establish as much as possible too before for significant cold snap happens. So
Mhm.
try to end of August is probably not a terrible time to early September for bluegrass. Going out earlier with tall fescue in mid August, I'd say for my area. When I talk about these things, this is for my immediate area. This is my normal
Mhm.
expertise. Um, I mid August for a tall fescue siege August.
So you're talking from August to September. That's a month. From September to October, that's two. And then you get your freeze when in November, December.
Yeah, so getting into later into November, yeah, we start to get
Mhm.
some freezes. Like we've had some Thanksgivings in the past where it was like 0 degrees outside. So
Wow.
mhm.
So if the grass has, I'm asking to learn. If the grass has those 2 months to establish, to grow some roots, to get some growth, the frost comes. Come spring, how does the grass look?
Oh, it does well. It really does well. I mean,
It's fine as long as you have your grass cutters, know when to cut, when not to cut, and when to lay off of it, and not actually put a mower on it when there's frost on the ground.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Well, there yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's that too. No,
Um,
and I've seen some like it depends on the weather. I've seen some later ones later seed jobs stall out and that could be some a nutrient problem, that can be a care problem or something along those lines. pH
or,
problem. I would say a pH problem would be the biggest factor.
or it could be a subsurface issue that we don't know about.
Yep, absolutely. That's true. I'll tell you what, and I was talking to a colleague of mine today, and this customer, I believe this was in East Long Meadow, and this person had the front yard reseeded 3 or 4 times in the last 10 years, and it completely died the last time, right? And so my colleague said, "You know what? You've had other companies do it. I did the seeding last time. I'm going to pull a soil test, right?" And the soil test
Mhm.
showed like it flatlined. It had terrible phosphorus, it had terrible potassium, had terrible. I mean, it just there was almost like zeros across the board for this soil, and
Mhm.
so
Well,
that's
well,
why it
there
just
again, if you don't have P and K, it doesn't even matter about your pH at the time.
yeah
Like you can establish root growth.
no no. So anyway, I just want that was a conversation I had with a colleague of mine today, and that just reinforced the importance of knowing what your soil is doing, what you have in your soil, and things are going on. So
I mean,
Yeah.
it's like I always say. Oh, go ahead, Dad.
And that goes back to my Thirsty Thursday live. I was just throwing nitrogen without knowing what I was doing. Never took a soil test
Mhm.
and had some growth, not as much as I wanted to.
Yeah.
Until I took the soil test, balanced out the micros,
Yeah.
concentrated then on NP and K,
Mhm.
and it's like it took off.
Yeah. Yeah.
So so
Yeah.
it's rather your cool season or your warm season.
Sure.
It plays the same part more or less on the grass, and you
Mhm.
get the same outcome.
Yeah.
But
Well,
soil test is key.
I'm going to differentiate there on that one because I'm not so much worried about my micros as I am my main 3 and my pH. I want my target 3 and I want my pH where I want it to be.
Mhm.
If you got those 4 in order, then micros are minimalistic at best. Unless like there's a few people that I know that's dealing with a manganese or a zinc issue that's having issues with certain warm seasons to fill in certain areas.
Mhm.
There you go. I
And I agree with Ray right there. 111 is magic because before I ever like dick drilled my yard, I went off basically eyesight, watching my yard running a 111 program. And then I finally decided before I went on my first Thirsty Thursday to pull a soil test and be like, okay, well, I'm gonna figure I'm somewhere around a 5, maybe a 5.9. I came in at a 5.2.
Mm.
The development of like root growth, root potential, I was like, okay, well, I'm good in PK. I think I got something successful in my micros, and everything about it, I was right. But I've been doing this since how long have I been doing this? I
So
started
busy
actually doing
since,
like
since you
no,
have the magic eye, and it takes you a little bit of
no,
years of experience, and then you
it
get
took
it.
me at least
What?
15 years to actually
All
try and
right.
do this in my
This
yard.
is what I want to ask you. I want you to sit in front of your television every day at 11 o'clock at night. And every time the lotto comes on for the next 15 years, I want you to just stare at the screen. So then 15 years later, I can ask you, what numbers are coming out?
No, this was straight up at FAFO.
No.
I figured I was in the fives. I knew I'd be like deficient in some things, and I knew I would be like okay in a lot of things. But I was everything that I was thinking. I was like roughly within about 30% off, give or take. Like I was 30% right, 30% wrong in the percentages.
Right. Super TA says I'm a big Kentucky bluegrass guy, and Blue Bank is my favorite. This Poa Vista is a challenge, but will be a great choice for the BA, known with the two dogs and mega traffic. Oh, yeah, yeah. And I'm going to assume that that is on um, the self repairing aspect of Kentucky bluegrass, sending out rhizomes and repairing. So
Yeah, the Pro Vista is supposed to be somewhat rhizonomous.
Mm-hmm.
a BA backyard. Yeah, sorry, no, I know it's late for me. I've been starting the season. I'm stressed. My brain doesn't work.
And don't feel bad because my lighter just died on me.
What's that?
My lighter just died on me.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Mm,
I'm curious,
I need a
Super,
I need a
Super
BRB
TA.
right quick.
Yeah. Does that? I would imagine that the Pro Vista KBG has the same benefits as the St. Augustine one, and you could just glyphosate the hell out of that.
that What? Oh, I'm sorry. Busy's text message came in at the same time that you were talking. Sorry, I missed that, Dan. What'd you say?
The Pro Vista KBG has the same benefit as like the St. Augustine version that you could just glyphosate and call it a day when it comes to the weeds.
Glyphosate.
Well, the Pro Vista version, since that's what he has.
Yeah. There's certainly not going to be when it's completely dormant. There's not going to be obviously the same uptake, but it's a little bit different here. We have areas that still it's a hard. I can't fully 100% endorse that one. I want to. I want to see how in my brain I want to say like, okay, yeah, you can round up right over that. So yeah, maybe try it. I don't know. I would do a test area first for sure. So, Super TA says yes. I'm curious. I'm curious to see what glyphosate will do in the fall. Yeah, I mean, me too. I know. I've for somebody that's been doing this, um, and Ray says Pro Vista can tolerate glyphosate. Comes in handy for grassy weeds not controlled by other
Yeah.
herbicides.
I mean, what would you think, Brett? At that point, you could just glyphosate the hell out of everything.
Yeah.
No mixing, no finding out what works on what is just. Now, the question comes using too much glyphosate on these weeds that keep continuing to pop up on a Pro Vista lawn, will it eventually, will the weed eventually grow resistant to that?
I'm not sure. It's very possible. I've seen resistance over the years on even just using different herbicides for different areas. I've seen resistance happen. So I think it's entirely possible. I don't think it would be something that would be immediate, but I've definitely seen that happen in our industry. I've seen chinch bugs become resistant to bifenthrin. I've seen stuff like that happen. So it's certainly something to consider.
Prime example, Hoa Anua, resistant to prodiamine for free.
What's that?
Hoa Anua, resistant to prodiamine in your spring and fall outs.
Oh, yeah.
You see, I'm seeing that a lot.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. When the last time I talked to Randy Prostek, that was one of the things that he was talking about was switching your pre-emergent strategy, because that certainly can cause some issues for you for sure.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
Switching herbicides, doing different herbicide applications, insecticide applications.
Yeah.
That's why this year I'm doing bifenthrin and Merit. I've used a lot of Temple SC Ultra and
wait, Tempo's
Dilox.
Yeah, you would keep the Dilox if in case you had like a breakthrough, you wouldn't be using Dilox as a prevention.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've used imidacloprid plus bifenthrin for forever. Homeowners are not allowed to use that in Massachusetts anymore because it's a neonicotinoid, and so they tightened up regulations on that. It's mainly going into the GrubX realm, which is acelepryn with his chlorometropol. So,
Chlorometropbutyl.
Yeah.
Or however you actually enunciate it. Ray, correct me if I'm wrong.
Chlorotraniliprole.
That's it.
So I still use like when I get later in the season, when I can't get into July using a acelepryn, I will definitely switch to a metacloprid for sure. I do that. Yeah. And it's been used quite a bit here for a long time. ever since it came out. So, I don't know. We keep asking the professors and checking on studies and stuff to see if there's a resistance happening. A lot of us in the industry are speculating that that is the case but we also metocloprid does not hold up in the soil very long, especially if you have a lot of rain. So
Yeah,
um,
the half life with a lot of rain is what, like maybe 10 days.
yeah. So so um, I'll tell you as an example, Dan. We had not last year, but the year before, we had an entire month of rain of July. It was actually very similar to Florida type rainfalls, a heavy, persistent rain, and all my, I would say, a good 60% of my imidacloprid applications all had grubs, and I ended up spending about $5,000 on repairs. Not that I had to own it. So, uh,
Wow.
yeah, yeah, every single one of them, like, well, 60% had a grub problem, and it ranged from small isolated areas where I applied Dilox to the entire lawn just infested with grubs. And the rate was correct, the timing was correct. It it washed that imidacloprid like right out of the soil zone. So
Yeah, right out of the soil.
yep.
That is not. That sucks. But it happens, and that's Mother Nature.
Yeah, yeah,
That's something people don't understand. I mean, sometimes it's just not our fault.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I
Oh,
know.
like what I posted Monday
Mm.
in our private little server. Mother Nature must be off the fucking irrigation schedule.
Yeah, right, right. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, we're at an hour 5. Just we're just shooting the shit tonight. We'll end it here. We just started it with a few questions at the beginning. So if you're watching this later, yeah, it wasn't the entire show. We just started out just shooting the shit about pesticide test questions and stuff. We had a little fun with that. And then we had the pleasure of Dan, the lawn man, uh, join us tonight. He saw us chatting, and so he jumped on. So thanks, Dan, for joining us. Appreciate it.
Sure, no problem, guys. Always a pleasure. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm available, I'll join you guys.
No, we
Um,
always
I'll
enjoy
ask all the cool season questions that I can because
it.
you guys will teach me.
And Mike, busy. Good seeing you again. I'll talk to you later. Enjoy those Labatts. That makes you part Canadian now.
Well, I mean, he told me I was what was it accepted masshole
Yeah,
what
honorary masshole.
honorary. That's it.
Yeah. So, so you're adapting to our culture, which is good. I good to see it. And thanks for everybody watching at home. Super TA, good luck with your bluegrass. I'm rooting for you, Ray. Always a pleasure having you chime in and talk. And everyone else that also love my lawn. Derek, thanks for the humor. I don't think I laughed that hard all day. I needed it. So, um,
Hang on, Eric Sands just jumped in, so I want to give a shout out to him.
yeah, Eric, got in a bit late, but good stuff to hear. Okay. Okay, gentlemen, viewers, have a good night. Take care.